questioning intellect, Palatable Pulse is returning to serve as your trusted resource for navigating the complex and fascinating field of nutrition. Our mission is to supply you with the information you need to fuel your body for more than simply survival. We want you to be able to make educated choices concerning what you put on your plate. If you're new here, Palatable Pulse is an all-encompassing resource for anything nutrition related, but with a unique spin. We don't merely copy and paste content from the internet. Rather, we go into the core of the issue through insightful interviews with authorities in their respective fields. We pose those difficult inquiries that make you scratch your brain and yearn for guidance from genuine individuals. We seek to comprehend the why behind the what, so that equipped with practical knowledge and professional analysis, we are all able to make better dietary choices. Doughy Diets, our previous episode, focused on the often perplexing and daunting realm of various diets. We broke down the main contenders, from paleo to Mediterranean, from keto to vegan, to help you decide which would work best for your own requirements and objectives. We dispelled reports, clarified common inquiries, and ultimately, in the long run, gave you the resources you need to start a nutritional voyage that makes you feel good on the inside and out. Nevertheless, the adventure continues beyond there. There's always a flood of new pertaining to the huge and enigmatic world of food, which can be both fascinating and daunting. Palatable Pulse will assist with that because we serve as your reliable provider of information, sifting amid the clutter to deliver an insightful guidance. Have you ever glanced at an ingredient list feeling completely disoriented, straining at those numbers? Or perhaps apparently the never-ending promises on the exterior of the packaging overpowered you? You shouldn't fret, however, since this episode is jam-packed with practical advice to help you understand the bewildering food labels. We're here to aid you in comprehending the ingredients that you're truly putting into your body by demystifying those mysterious terminology and removing the layers of marketing lingo. A glimpse of what to anticipate in our Layered Labels episode is provided here. Deciphering the nutritional information. To help you grasp the meaning of your labels with nutritional information, we'll dissect the key elements such as calorie intake, macronutrients, supplements, and elements. Disclosing stealthy advertising approaches. We'll reveal typical ploys used by food manufacturers to ensure that their goods appear cleaner than they genuinely are. Determining key substances. To make certain that you're choosing the best possible choices of your quality of life, we'll go over the vital components to search for, as well as prevent. Actual instances. You'll hear from authentic individuals who are similar to you about experiences interpreting nutrition information and how they overcame their obstacles. Are you prepared to investigate food labels? Come along the latest installment of Palatable Pulse as we give you the skills and assurance you need to master that grocery aisle. It's a lovely adventure, so let's tune into Layered Labels now. The naturally identifiable portion of the label, the nutrition information panel, should be first. Calorie counts, macronutrients, fats, proteins, and carbs, intake of fiber, sweeteners, and certain vitamins and minerals are all broken down in this panel. However, how can we make the most out of that data? Weight and calories. Knowing how many calories are in something is a smart place to begin your search. This provides you with a rough estimate of the food's energy content. Recall that calorie requirements differ for each person depending on the years of age, degree of exercise, and wellness objectives. Dissection of macronutrients. Knowing the ratios of fats, proteins, and carbs can assist you in making decisions that suit your nutritional requirements. For example, give priority to items that are greater in percentage of protein if you're looking for a protein-rich dinner. Fat. Be mindful of the numerous kinds of lipids mentioned, such as both unsaturated and saturated fats. Select foods that are lower in trans and saturated fats, as these fats are linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Fiber. Choose meals with a higher dietary fiber content. Fiber can aid in managing the appetite and is good for the GI tract. Sweetness. Watch out for those refined sugars, which add no nutrients and are frequently buried in manufactured meals. The ingredient list has a wealth of knowledge. From the component with the largest quantity to one with the smallest amount, it displays every addition made to the item in question. Keep an eye out for those extra sugars. Search for terms like molasses, high glycol corn syrup, corn sugar syrup, fructose, glucose, dextrose, and dulcet. These might be discrete methods to get you more sugar. Know your additives. Watch out for those dyes, flavor boosts, synthetic sweeteners, and stabilizers. This list assists you in avoiding specific chemicals if you have a sensitivity to them. Make whole foods your top priority. Seek for items you can correctly pronounce and identify. Your food should ideally be prepared using entirely unprocessed components. The container of food is frequently embellished with potential deceptive and contradictory promotional statements. Low fat against low sodium. Be cautious of promises as low fat or low sodium without verifying the precise amount. These statements are frequently stated with reference to the initial product, which could nevertheless possess a high salt or fat content. Natural and organic. These designations don't always imply that the food is better. Organic describes the farming or raising practices of food, whereas natural has no official meaning and may be deceptive. Gluten-free. Although this has held a widely held belief, it is crucial to remember that it doesn't imply health. Even wheat-free food items might have a significant level of sugar, harmful oils, and cholesterol. Nutritional facts are always an important research, but thereby means no sole source. We invite you to investigate these supplementary materials. Authorized nutritionists. Consult a qualified specialist for advice that is specific to your requirements and may be customized. Consumption blogs and software. You may monitor your dietary habits and obtain comprehensive nutritional information from a number of applications and websites. Articles and podcasts. For comprehensive information on health and a balanced diet, read posts from a reliable source and tune into podcasts such as Palatable Pulse. Recall that labels on food are a valuable resource for making educated food decisions in addition of being a legal need. You can highlight unprocessed whole foods and make selections that support your medical targets by reading food labels. We furthermore have an enjoyable reward planned for you, guiding you through this tricky terrain. We are excited to welcome Dr. Thersera Helmuth from Kale Cookie Nutrition, our amazing partners. She's a certified dietitian and nutritional specialist. Having assisted numerous people recognize the importance of nutrition and make wise dietary choices, Dr. Helmuth brings an abundance of expertise and insight into the discussion. Dr. Helmuth will be providing comments based on her own observations and responding to those intriguing inquiries you cannot locate elsewhere. She's enthusiastic about making nutrition approachable and relatable, so she's not solely about the science. So grab a seat, people, for it's time to get deep into the specifics of food labels. With Dr. Helmuth's assistance, you can come away from this segment with the knowledge and skills necessary to choose healthier options for your plate. Let's listen to this interview without further ado. What key information should individuals look for when reading food labels to make informed choices?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that the first thing would be, understanding how to read a food label would be a good baseline to start at, but looking at ingredients,
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't know that that's even there.
Yeah.
And just making sure that there are ingredients in there that you can have, right? Like if you said, if you have celiac disease, sometimes there is stuff that has gluten in there, but it won't say it on the nutrition label, it just says it in the ingredient. So I definitely think, especially for like allergies and stuff, look at that. I mean, it's good to know like food labels in general, just making sure that, it's not packed with like tons of sodium or tons of saturated fat, because like that's not honoring your body either. Like once in a while is okay, right? But just knowing that like those things eating in excess are going to do you more harm than good if eaten the majority of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 7. Can you explain how to interpret nutritional information, including serving sizes and daily values?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So wait, can you, well, I don't understand that question. Can you say
Oh,
that
sorry.
again?
So
Okay.
like in terms of serving sizes, how should
Yeah.
we know how much we should intake of a certain product when we're looking
Oh,
at the nutritional information
hmm.
based on the serving sizes?
Like with portion sizes on the label?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so just like, so at the top of
Yeah, it's like
like
if
that.
yeah, at the top if it says like serving size like 14 chips and then it says like the amount of calories. Like how do
Yeah.
we interpret how much we should eat based off what we see in the serving size?
Oh, like in a day or just for that serving? Sorry.
Just for that serving in general.
Okay. So typically in a nutrition label,
Mhm.
um, they've changed it, but they used to have the amount of servings in the entire container. So let's say it would have 4 servings, and then it would say the nutritional information for 1 serving, but then people would think that they could have the whole bag for 1 serving. And so they've changed it to actually be the servings that they're indicating on the label versus telling like it's just 1 serving is this, and this constitutes for 5 servings in the entire bag.
Mhm.
So just making sure looking at that. But yeah, as far as the daily value, it's based off of 2,000 calories. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't track calories and I don't think that it's helpful for most people, but I think that if like the daily, it's based off 2,000 calories. So that's what the serving size
Yeah.
on the nutrition label is based off. Yeah.
So just interpreting it in the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, question number 8. What are some common misconceptions about food labels, and how can listeners stop avoiding them or stop avoid falling for them?
Mm. Um, yeah, I think that would be one that I mentioned. So someone like the older food labels have the amount of servings, and that can, I think like chips, for example, like you mentioned an example of chips. Sometimes they have like a number of servings too, but the calories on there are for 1 serving, and but the entire bag has 300 calories.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a misconception on food labels. A lot of people think that so they've also added under carbohydrates and like sugar, they've added like not so under sugars, added sugars. And
Hmm.
then that is a really good thing because I think a lot of people think sugar is bad, but I like how they've added the added sugars to
Yeah.
it. Because um, sugar is not necessarily bad, but it's, the added sugar is what people are obsessing over. And that is good that people have added that so they can see that not all sugar constitutes as bad, right? Like in moderation. Um, And then they've also added, like, instead of just saying fat, they've also added like trans fat and saturated fat,
Yeah.
breaking that down too. So that's really helpful.
Huh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very helpful. Okay,
Yeah.
second to last question. So, question number 9. In what ways can understanding food labels contribute to maintaining a balanced and healthy diet?
Yeah. So I think just knowing what you're putting in your body, right? So again, I think the ingredients are the most important part. Knowing what you're putting in your body is part of honoring your body and listening to what your body needs, right? So making sure that you're not obsessing over it, right? Because like,
Yeah,
you don't want to obsess over it and affect your mental health, but
yeah.
just knowing like understanding like, maybe I need more carbohydrates. So this has this many carbohydrates, or maybe I need more protein, and then this has this much protein so I can eat this. So just understanding how to read them so that you can give your body what it needs.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. Are there any specific ingredients or additives that individuals should be mindful of when reading labels? And I'm kind of talking about like the ones that you, let's say, like can't pronounce. Like, are they all necessarily bad for you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that they're bad. I mean, it's all in moderation, right? So a lot of if you look at any kind of processed food, it's going to have ingredients that you cannot pronounce, right? So
Yeah.
it's hard to find good convenience food because or just convenience food in general that doesn't have ingredients that you can't pronounce. And that's why a lot of people advertise now, like, oh, it has ingredients that you can pronounce.
Yeah.
Um, and they're not necessarily bad. I would just, again, know what they are.
Yeah.
Um, and always just remember that eating food that's more natural and sourced like locally is going to be better for your
Yeah.
body, right? Like fueling your body with
Yeah.
stuff that you know, okay, this is an apple, right? This is an orange. Like I know, or this is celery. Like I know what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so people, a lot of people don't. So that is good to be aware of what you're putting in your body. And by all means, it's like I eat that stuff too, but like it's not, you know, it shouldn't be your main source of nutrition if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. So just knowing what you're putting in your
Yeah.
body. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that is my last question. I guess this wraps up the interview. Our team thoroughly examined food labels, removing layers to uncover the concealed meanings they contain. We are grateful to Dr. Thersara Helmuth for providing her expertise and perspective. They provided some flavorful, practical advice that you won't come across in manuals. You are welcome to maintain your curiosity and search for further details. Ask questions. Even if they might seem simple, don't be scared of requesting them. It takes knowledge to fuel your body because you need to know what you're placing in it. It can become difficult to navigate the supermarket because of the misleading markings and contradicting information. But do not worry. We're here to provide you with the skills and information you need to understand these indications with assurance and make decisions that are best for your well being. The following goods may prove to be your buddies along the way. Apps for food labels. MyFitnessPal. This well-known software counts the macronutrients and carbohydrates in addition to scanning barcodes to offer comprehensive data on nutrition about the products you buy. Refuel. This software offers a wellness value for foods, indicating suspected concealed sugars, chemical additives, and other aspects, going beyond simple nutritional statistics. Food composition data from the USDA. This extensive tool offers broad nutritional information for a wide range of foods. It is a free database that is accessible through the website. Books monitoring nutrients. Annie Lindsay's The Food Label Lookup book. This article proves a thorough analysis of food labels, explaining anything from the breakdown of nutrients to the portion recommendations. Harvard T.H. Chan of Public Health's The Nutrition Source. This publication, which is accessible via the internet and in printed matter, gives knowledgeable information on nutrition and helpful guidance on choosing healthful foods. Web-based sources. ChooseMyPlate.gov. This federal webpage provides an easy-to-use guidance on meal preparation, a nutritious diet, and deciphering product labels. The Label with Nutrition Evidence. For clear instructions and clarifications of nutrition facts panels that can help you comprehend portions, calories, intakes, and important nutrients, visit the official National Institutes of Health website. With the support of these tools, you may develop into a knowledgeable consumer who can base judgments on accurate facts. Recall that comprehending food labels involves more than just persuading the tiny print. It also involves taking charge on your well-being and giving your body the feasible, finest nutrition. The team we have formed has created a work that combines the artistry of poetry with the researched field of nutrition to discuss the elegance and intricate nature of dietary choices. The piece is evidence of our conviction that comprehending food ought to include both mental and spiritual exploration. Thus, let your mind roam as you pay attention to the line's steady pace. Allow the poem to encourage you to view food as an instrument of sustenance for your whole being as well as fuel. We hope it inspires you in this fresh respect and feeling of amazement for healing the properties of food. In the realm of nutrition, knowledge is key. Food labels, a guiding light, bright as they can be. They unveil the secrets within our food's embrace, empowering us with wisdom, setting a pace. Like a map, they chart the nutritional terrain, guiding our choices, making a conscious gain. Calories, nutrients, ingredients laid bare. Informed decisions beyond compare. Ingredients listed, a tale they weave, the symphony of flavors, the secrets they conceive. Allergens highlighted, a vital guide, protecting health with nothing to hide. Serving size, a portion defined with care, matching our needs, avoiding despair. Food, trans fats, and sodiums we keep with a keen eye, maintaining balance, keeping health nigh. Vitamins and minerals, the building blocks of life. Labels empower us, ending nutritional strife. Protecting percentage values, a helping hand, guiding us towards wise choices are grand. That was quite the informational twister, wasn't it? We delved beyond the realm of food labels, revealing concealed connotations and making sense of the sometimes unclear language used to describe our food. Keep in mind that food labels need to be something of your guidance, not something intimidating. We've gained knowledge about the strength of assessing packaging to make educated decisions, the significance of grasping serving dimensions, and identifying sneaky added sweeteners. We are pleased that you came along for the ride as we tackled the Layered Labels episode. We hope it was enlightening and motivating for you. Knowledge is authority, and we think that the primary approach to making a better dietary choice and giving your system what it craves is knowing what you consume. Regarding that nourishment, we're going to be covering an important subject next time, the relationship between cognitive welfare and nourishment. Prepare to learn about homemade health and how your state of mind, vitality, and general state of health may be affected by the food you consume. Keep checking back, and we hope to see you on Palatable Pulse soon.